from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm CJ Craig.
And I'm Miracle Garrett. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt has made an appearance in Israel today. With the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas, Stitt, along with Texas Governor Greg Abbott, went to Israel this morning. They met with Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu and discussed partnerships with the country.
And the House is set to vote on an aid package for Israel. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is pushing for this bill. If passed, the passed bill would give $14.3 billion in aid to Israel in its fight against Hamas. House Democrats have called for the bill to be paired with additional security for Ukraine. Funding for this bill would be taken from the IRS. According to the Congressional Budget Office, if passed, this could result in a $26 billion deficit over 10 years.
And a look into what students can do to de-stress during this time of the semester.
But first, Jules Black has your first look at weather.
Thank you, CJ and Miracle, and happy Thursday, UCO family. Right now, we're sitting at 65 degrees. It's fair outside. We didn't see a lot of clouds in the sky, but we did see some sun. Those winds are really high, running south 18 miles per hour with gusts reaching up to 29 miles per hour. So don't get knocked down when you're walking out there. Humidity rate is 31%, so it is feeling really cooler than it usually is with those winds. It's 60. So later tonight, 44 is our low with clear skies. Those winds aren't going to change that much, running south 11 with gusts 23 miles per hour. So it is going to be a really, really chilly night out there. Our humidity rate is 31%, and we're not seeing a lot of chance of rain. So again, we're seeing those high winds, and it's going to be really cool. So wear a jacket. Always be prepared for those high winds, especially if you're walking around anywhere. I'll have your 7-day forecast later in the show. Stay tuned for that. For now, that's all I have for you. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Jules. Many changes have been made to education in Oklahoma over the past few months. UCentral's Jake Ramsey met with students on campus to get their thoughts on the current education situation.
With recent changes to education in Oklahoma proposed by State Superintendent Ryan Walters, I met with students on the UCO campus to discuss how these complex and divisive issues have impacted them.
Oklahoma, as a state, as a whole, I can't speak too much on, I guess, the level of education. I know that, at least in public schools, there's been problems with teachers getting paid and teachers' union strikes and all of that stuff.
Teacher pay and the need for teachers in Oklahoma was an important topic for UCO students to discuss.
My mom is a high school librarian, and I know that she has seen some stuff recently with book banning and everything, and also budget cuts, and I know that has affected teachers, and I also know that it's been sort of a hostile environment with the current administration.
The changes to education in Oklahoma have not only impacted current teachers, it's also hurting future teachers. This, along with concerns over FAFSA, have caused college students to consider other options.
So I think it should be fairly obvious that Oklahoma students are suffering. I mean, I was friends with someone who tried to become a teacher, and she would always recite back to me like the statistics about, how at one point we had fallen down to 50th place in the United States.
FAFSA has gotten harder and harder to get. It's been a juggling act to maintain eligibility while keeping a good quality of life.
Reporting from Edmond, Oklahoma, I'm Jake Ramsey, UCentral News.
With finals coming up, this time of the semester is stressful for a lot of students.
And today is Stress Awareness Day. Our very own Shanice Hopkins is live to tell us one of the ways students can de-stress.
Hello everyone, it is currently National Stress Awareness Day, and I am currently here with Stress Pause. Stress Pause is an event put together on the 4th floor of the library from 3 to 5 p.m. every week on Thursday. I am here with Abby, who is a certified pet therapy dog. She's been doing this for about 11 to 12 years. If you find yourself having a fear of dogs, there's no reason to be. As you can see, Abby is very calm and camera ready. So if you catch yourself having a rough day, come on down on Thursday to check out Stress Pause.
Thank you, Shanice. And there are over 200 new Oklahoma laws that are taking effect this month. Some of these laws include the Casey Alert System for missing persons ages 19 to 59. Restaurants and cafeterias can now legally donate unused food items to combat food insecurity. And in an effort to end illegal medical marijuana growth, non-citizens can no longer own land through business trusts.
And the weather outside has been kind of nice. You know, it's starting to heat up just a little bit. We're seeing a lot more warmer temperatures than what we saw the past couple of days.
Definitely not as cold as it was last week. Stay tuned and we'll have your next look at weather.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that. All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Welcome back, Broncos. Here I am to give you your tomorrow's forecast. So early 7 a.m. we have those cool winds coming in, 45 degrees, sunny, no clouds in the sky. Noon, it's going to be windy with those gusts reaching up to 25 miles per hour. 60 degrees is our high, and you're not going to see any clouds again. Later in the evening, though, 62, but it is going to be a bit humid later that night. We're going to have clear skies again. Nothing too major, all clear, and but a bit windy and a bit humid as well. So nothing too major happening. For our 7-day forecast here, Thursday, look at all those suns across the board. Thursday, 65, tonight, 44. Friday, you're going to see those 68 for our high and 51 for our low later that night. Going into the weekend, Saturday, 72 degrees. So we are getting those warmer temperatures coming back, 52 for our low. Sunday, 74, 59 for our low. As you can see again, literally no clouds in the sky, clear, no chances of rain, anything. Going into next week, Monday, 75 degrees is our high, so we are getting up there with those warmer temperatures. 53 is our low. Tuesday, 76 is our high, with 52 being our low then. And Wednesday, we're going to wrap it up with 70 degrees. So across the board, look at that. That's just sunny and clear skies all day, and a bit warmer temperatures as well. I'll give you your last look for weather later in the show. For now, that's all I have for you. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Jules. And coming up, a new installment of the Hunger Games franchise hits theaters.
Erla Tovar has your social media update coming up right after this.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole. You got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Welcome back, Broncos. My name is Perla Tovar, and let's take a look at what's trending on social media. One of the biggest reunions of the century was announced yesterday. The official Dance Moms Instagram account posted the squad is officially back together as the cast members posed for a fun selfie. The announcement is also taking over TikTok, as many people are wondering why Maddie and Mackenzie Ziegler aren't a part of the reunion. But for now, all we know is that the reunion will take place sometime in 2024, streaming only on Lifetime. And The Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, comes out in theaters on November 17th. But some exciting news is Olivia Rodrigo announced yesterday that she had the opportunity to write a song for the movie called Can't Catch Me Now. Her new song will be released tomorrow, November 3rd. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Mockingjays, we call them. You seem like a good man, Corleone Snow. Would have been nice to meet you under different circumstances.
Your role is to turn these children into spectacles, not survivors.
We're live!
Good luck with that poor little songbird.
I ain't gonna get you out of here.
But I'm gonna risk everything.
Tell me, is this real? You can trust anyone in this world. You can trust me.
Coming like a storm into your town.
There's natural goodness born into us all. You can either cross that line into evil or not.
Movie will be rated PG-13, and you can purchase your tickets today. And last week, Kim Kardashian announced Skims' new men's collection, but now she is proud to share that Skims is named the official underwear partner of the NBA, USA Basketball, and the Women's National Basketball League. Kim believes that this partnership will continue to connect people of all backgrounds through fashion, sports, and talent. All right, that is all I have for you guys today. You guys have a wonderful evening, and back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Perla. And it's super exciting that a new Hunger Games movie is coming out. You know, I still feel like that middle school age kid first reading the Hunger Games for the first time.
I know. I read all the books, so I'm actually really excited to go see what the new movie is about.
It should be a lot of fun. You know, it's a big franchise. A lot of people know about it, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to a new movie coming out in the franchise. But coming up in sports, one UCO soccer player is being honored for her outstanding performance on the field.
Also, the MLB season has come to a close, and which team took home the title? Mark Lowe has the full sports report coming up.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm Mark Lowe, and this is your Thursday Sports Report. Starting off today, we're giving a huge shout out to one of our very own UCO soccer players. Senior forward Amaya Grace was named first team All-MIAA by the conference during its annual postseason awards for women's soccer. Grace, who came back for her 5th year, is one of the best in the MIAA, was second in goals scored with 10 total and points 22 total. Grace scored once in 8 games this season and scored 6 times in the last 4 matchups. Other team members were also named, such as Emma Nicholas being named to the second team All-MIAA, and Madison Linavong, Cassidy Collins, Lindsay Gordon, and Avery Holland all receiving honorable mentions. Congrats, Broncos! And speaking of our soccer team, they are on the road this week for their first playoff matchup. The Lady Chos are in Warrensburg, Missouri tomorrow afternoon to take on the Jennies. The Jennies are an impressive 13-3-2 record on the season. The Broncos and Jennies played only once this year back in late September, where they ended up tying. The Broncos need a win here to help keep them alive in the playoffs. Now onto the mat. The wrestling team was on the road to Little Rock to open up the season, and they showed why they are the national champs. The Broncos flattened the Tigers 42-0 in the season opener. Zane Coleman and Garrett Wells scored back-to-back falls in the 18th consecutive MIAA victory. This is the 33rd victory in the last 34 matches for the Broncos, and they look to continue that trend very soon. The Broncos come home this weekend to host the Bronco Open. This event kicks off at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning at the Hamilton Fieldhouse. It's the first season home match for the Broncos, so be sure to go show your support. Keeping it in the Fieldhouse, the 17th ranked volleyball team is on the road again for the last time this season, and they look to get back on track. The Broncos are on the road to Topeka tomorrow to face off against Washburn. The Broncos are coming off a devastating 3-0 loss against Central Missouri and have Washburn in their sights as a comeback game. The Chos and Ichabods played earlier this season, where the Broncos took down the 19th ranked Ichabods at the time 3-1. The road trip isn't over yet. They head to Emporia, Kansas the very next day to take on Emporia State. The Chos and Hornets' last meeting went down to the wire, with the Broncos walking away with a 3-2 win. But we should take note here. Last week, the Broncos lost after back-to-back games like this, so we'll have to see if the quick turnaround may be too much for them. The Broncos are back home next week for the final homestand of the regular season before they head to the playoffs. On to the ice. The hockey team is back this weekend and are looking to get some revenge. The Broncos are coming off another devastating 4-2 loss to the University of Mary last Saturday. The Broncos are still 9-1 on the season and look to dish out some built-up anger against Maryville. It's about to be prime hockey season, so these games are going to be all the more important. This 2-game series kicks off tomorrow at 7:05 at the Arctic Edge Ice Arena right here in Edmond. The Oklahoma City Thunder fell last night to the New Orleans Pelicans at home in a game that came down to the final seconds. Things were going great in the first half for the Thunder until they weren't. OKC led 33-14 after the first quarter and then eventually turned that into a 47-25 lead midway through the second. Led by CJ McCollum and Zion Williamson, New Orleans overcame the 22-point deficit to defeat the Thunder 110-106. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the Thunder in scoring with 20 points, but he missed a three-pointer with 3 seconds left that would have given the Thunder the lead. Chet Holmgren added 19 points and 11 rebounds, and Jalen Williams rattled in 18 points for OKC. McCollum led the way for the Pelicans, finishing with 29 points and 11 rebounds. The Thunder begin the NBA in-season tournament on Friday night when the Golden State Warriors come to town. And finally today, the MLB season is over, and we have our World Series champions. The Texas Rangers brought the heat to the desert and took down the Arizona Diamondbacks to claim their first ever title. Lots of records were set last night, such as Rangers manager Bruce Bochy winning his first season with the team, marking a title with 3 different teams in his career. The Rangers were also undefeated on the road this postseason, going 11-0. Corey Seager was crowned World Series champ after impressive games and helped carry the Rangers to their first Fall Classic title. CJ, Miracle, I'm not saying I called it, but I did say Rangers in 5 before the series started. What did you guys think of it?
You did say Rangers in 5, and, I didn't believe you at first, but I have seen the light. I've seen what this Texas Rangers team can do. They just played out of their minds, really. Going 11-0 on the road is such an impossible task in baseball, and to do it in the playoffs, no less. That has just got to be the best feeling in the world for Texas Rangers fans. I know I am feeling ecstatic that they've won their first ever World Series title in 63 years of existence. But, there's still a lot of things that can go wrong or right going into the next season. So they're going to be definitely looking to build on that future. Maybe we get a Rangers dynasty coming up in the next few years.
Fingers
Who knows?
crossed, right?
We'll just have to wait and see.
Well, congratulations to them, and stay tuned, Broncos. We'll have your last look at weather whenever we come back.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back, Broncos. Disney is looking at purchasing more of the streaming service Hulu. Disney said it will own 33% of the Hulu company, which will cost them roughly about $8.6 billion. Disney has run Hulu since 2019 when the former owner Comcast gave Disney the authority and became a silent partner. Disney offered no further comment regarding the deal other than it will further their streaming objectives.
And finding gifts this holiday season might not be the only struggle shoppers face this year. Retailers are projecting slower growth in shopping this holiday season due to sales increasing up to 4% because of inflation. Last year, sales went up by 5.4%, and retailers are expected to ramp up discounts this season to attract more customers.
And with more and more people going out shopping, the weather becomes more of a factor, and it is feeling pretty nice.
The weather is feeling great. We had some great temperatures for the rest of this week. Jules, what is it looking like?
Thank you, CJ and Miracle. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap up with our weather headlines for today. It's sunny, warmer, and a clearer weekend, and going into that next week, it's going to be sunny, clear, and warmer. Definitely fluctuating from before when our degrees were so low that I was layering up so much. I'm going to have to shed some of those layers coming up in these next few days because it's going to be warmer. Might even wear some shorts. You never know. And then we have our fun fact of the day, which is Jupiter's hurricane is actually larger than Earth. And I can't wrap my head around that. But like I said, that hurricane is actually, those winds and those hurricanes are actually 28 times faster than the Earth's rotation. Like I said, I can't understand, like my brain can't process how fast that is. So usually when I see those fun facts, I'm like, whatever. But I thought that was pretty cool actually, hearing it from one of our crewmates, Sam out there. But like I said, sunny and clear and warm. I know I'm probably going to go out, go have some fun at some parks, or maybe go ahead and picnic. My iconic picnic is coming up. But that's all I have for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, the weather and the temperatures are looking great, so it would be a perfect time to celebrate what UCL is having this weekend. So UCL is celebrating Dia de los Muertos this Friday, and the Day of the Dead celebration will be hosted by the Hispanic American Student Association and will be in Plunkett Park. The event will be from 6 to 9 p.m. and will have dancers and food.
You know, it always seems like a good time. I've had a couple of family friends who I've gone to their Dia de los Muertos parties, and they're always such a good time, such a great community sort of vibe there. Plus, you get to eat some awesome food.
Awesome food. The weather is going to be beautiful. It's a free event, guys. Please go out and take part.
But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this edition of UCentral News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm CJ Craig.
And I'm Miracle Garrett. You guys have a great night.